This episode is brought to you by Only the Real Entertainment and Media Den Productions. Episode 47, Cam, how you feeling?
You know, just chilling. What the deal is?
I'm vibing, bro. You know, Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals. I'm hyped.
Yep. And let's just get straight into it.
Let's do it.
The Pacers and Celtics played yesterday, dog. And that caused a crazy outburst on socials. And I just want to ask, is the fix in or what? What? If nobody knew, if you didn't watch the game,
Go ahead.
the Pacers and the Celtics, they, for the most part, I mean, they battled. It looked like Boston had control of the game, but for the most part, Indiana wasn't down that bad.
Right.
And within 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, Rick Carlisle pulled all the starters out. I mean, of course, Tyrese Halliburton kind of injured his leg, but he pulled all the starters out within 10 minutes and threw in the throw-ins.
The throw-ins.
And his answers to that was he just wanted to give them a look. Is the fix in? Like, what is this, dog?
Nah, man, the fix ain't in, bro. He just, you know what it is, dog. You about to hate me, and so is the Pacers fans. He just recognized game. Yeah. He do. He knows that the matchups isn't too great. This is Rick Carlisle. This is not a bum. This is a championship coach. This is the 2011 finals, which is probably the craziest modern day championship that we have. So I'm going to trust in Rick Carlisle. I know he don't want to lay down, because if he was part of the lay down game, he would have laid down in 2011 to allow Kobe to get to the finals. He would have laid down to let the big three win in the finals. So I know it ain't that. Tyrese Halliburton did get hurt. We do have to factor that in. TJ McConnell is not used to playing those heavy type of minutes. He's an energy guy. Some plays look kind of crazy, though. That Miles Turner, I don't know. Like, you got Derek White boxing y'all. It looked crazy. I got to say, it looked crazy. I don't think the fix is in, bro. I just think I'm giving Rick Carlisle the benefit of the doubt because of that championship, man.
I got you, but, like, okay, see, the Miles Turner thing is cool because I see that all the time in modern basketball now. Unfortunately, That's just a thing, and that's really just them cheating so that they'd be able to get back in transition defense. I've seen dudes fold like that with Alex Caruso doing the same exact thing.
Right.
So I'm, like, not tripping about Miles Turner and whatever. Obi not crashing is one thing, but I'm not, Obi hasn't really been good this whole series anyway.
Right.
But it's just Rick Carlisle is known for calling extremely, extremely precise timeouts to break runs. I mean, if you go on an even slight of a run, he'll call a timeout. You know what I mean? He is known for that. So the fact that Rick Carlisle actually did that, and keep in mind that game one, he had a timeout blunder. But I'm not going to say that it was only on Rick Carlisle for game one.
Yeah.
I would say that Rick Carlisle could have definitely called a timeout and advanced the ball and then just got fouled and went to the free throw line.
Yeah.
But Tyrese Halliburton, you don't need to play that fast all the time, dog. I've heard you say that you can't help it, but dog, you need to help it. You in the NBA. At some point, you need to figure out how to help that.
Which caused his injury, right?
Yeah, like, you don't need to play fast all the time, and next thing you know, you're turning over the ball in crunch time for no reason.
Talk.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have kept that ball, ran down the clock. They were going to foul you anyway. You go ahead and shoot those free throws, and that'll be that.
Right.
Or you just advance the ball, but you don't need to push the ball like that. And then there was a couple, turnovers down the stretch as well that they had, including the inbounds to Nembhard, I think. And then they got the turnover. So yeah, I get that, but man, it was something about last night. It was something about game 2, dog. Like, I saw that and I went straight to sleep.
I thought the Pacers was gonna sneak them because they lost game 2 in Cleveland and lost game 2 in the Heat. I'm like, all right, it's a pattern here. I almost put money up, but you know what I mean. I could have tripled my money, but I'm like, let me just stick it out. Boy, I would have been upset in this pod if I seen that happen and my money was online. Shout out to the people that had their money online and that happened to them. But yeah,
no lie. Earlier that day, I was like, man, I should go ahead and put some money on this game. So I'm glad I didn't. But once again, man, like that last night, there's only, I'm not usually the guy that calls out rigging and whatnot.
Yeah.
But last night was the second time in all the playoffs that I said, nah, the fix might be in. Like there has to be some type of
second time this playoffs or ever.
Just in the playoffs this year.
This year.
The first time was with Mike Malone. When in game 1, when they were playing Minnesota, and that was the same game that Jamal Murray threw the heating pad on the floor,
which he should have been suspended.
Right before that, Mike Malone jumped off the bench, went on court, went in the ref's face.
Yeah, okay, you got it,
bruh. When have you ever seen that in the NBA and the coach
without
don't get
tech?
Thrown out?
Yeah,
no tech.
Yeah, that was crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't even blame you. I think Mike Malone is well liked, and he's the same color as your shirt. That helps out a lot. He's a champion too. I'm just saying. These are facts. Do you think Doc Rivers gets away with that? Hate to play.
You think Spo gets away with that?
No, and he's the best coach.
Exactly.
So
I honestly don't think that any coach gets away with that. I don't think any coach gets away with that.
Fair.
Is Tibbs getting away with that? No.
Absolutely not.
Is Bickerstaff getting away with that? No.
No, he's not.
Is all these coaches are not getting away with that?
Maybe Pop?
Not Ty Lue.
Maybe Pop?
Pop is not getting. You know how many times Pop has been ejected in his career? Pop is king ejection.
No, in fact, I'm just saying. I think at this juncture, maybe, but
hell no.
Pop, peak Pop,
hell no.
I don't think.
Pop right now don't care. Right? Pop would have probably punched him in the face. That's how much he don't care.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Pop would have absolutely been ejected.
Yeah, who am I kidding? I'm just trying to.
Man,
that was crazy.
Yo, Jamal Murray not only threw the heating pad on the floor,
which
right after that
caused terrible injury.
A terrible injury.
I was out for basically 2 months with a groin injury, bro. I would have rather shred my ankle. It hurt to accelerate. I could not move fast. If I tried to burst, it was immense pain. People that were judging LeBron for the groin injury, mine didn't pop like his, so I can't imagine the agony that that was a groin injury waiting to happen, and he should have been suspended as well. Let's keep it 100,000. I don't think they gave him a hefty fine, but who cares? You didn't care about the safety of your fellow brother. That should be an automatic suspension. You did not care about who was on the court. Your own teammates could have been hurt, and the opposition could have been hurt. You didn't care. So why should the NBA care? But we know why. We know what's going on. Yeah, you got to keep them ratings up. I'm not trying to see Reggie Jackson play point. Yeah, no disrespect to you.
And we're going to get into that, right? But when I saw Jamal Murray do the money sign after that and didn't get fined for that either, when Rudy Gobert got fined twice for that in the same season, the second time being in the same playoff series as the Denver Nuggets.
You see what's going on.
Come on now, man.
You see what's going on. Yeah,
come on now, dog.
You see it. That's why I told you in the chat earlier, man, basketball is so much bigger than actual hoops. And that's the side where it's just frustrating for people who likes just seeing basketball when you got to think of all these other entities going on. You got players that are not getting in games for ownership not wanting them to play deeper than the coaching staff, even though they have the ability. You got different personalities in the locker room that don't mesh. That even though their skill sets match up together, they're on the court, it'll never work because they do not get off the court well enough together to actually make it mesh. There's so much detail that goes in, which brings me to another statement that I'm gonna make. I don't think we're gonna get a dynasty for a minute, bro. I don't think so. I don't think so. CBA,
break that down.
CBA is not gonna allow it. It's allowing the small markets to go crazy, and I believe that the parity issue. I know we remember. We was alive. We remember the talk around Golden State. Oh my God, the NBA is so boring because we know who's gonna win. And I remember that being a thing over and over when they made the 3 straight championships. And they would have three-peated had KD not blew his Achilles up because he was giving it to Kawhi that game before when he hurt it. It's gonna be tough to be a dynasty. There's all NBA clauses. And did you see the check that Luka Doncic is gonna command? Do you see the check that other all NBA players are gonna command? Are you going to be able to win multiple championships without multiple All-NBA players that you're going to have to pay? Okay, so I'm getting paid $300 million. You're getting paid $400 million. What the rest of the salary cap? All right, so you're getting paid $400. I'm getting paid $300. But this guy, he's nice though. Like, but I can't stay, bro. I need the bread. The taxes. Games, especially if you play in California, we seen Draymond Green say that this is not set up for generational wealth when he's accruing all these fines, accruing taxes, accruing game-to-game taxes. We're not going to see a dynasty for a long time, bro. And, my homeboy said, no, it's the Nuggets. I said, no, I don't think so. Bro. You got to slow your roll. I get it was a nice championship. They're playing nice basketball. Their bench is grits. How are they going to improve their bench? Are you going to get rid of a 6'10" volume 3-point sniper in MPJ? Are you going to get rid of your 6'9" utility guy in Aaron Gordon? What are you going to do? Because you're going to pay Murray and Jokic. Now, what's going on with the other 13 players, bro? Yeah. So chill out with that dynasty talk. We might have a new champion every year. It's been since 2020 has been a new champion every year, and I do not demise it will stop. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree. And it's gonna get even more interesting with owners of the league, because I believe that even though the new CBA rule has already been signed, at some point, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna happen immediately, but at some point, we might see another lockout year, dog. We
that
might
TV
see
deal.
another year.
That TV deal that people, I get that y'all talking about inside the NBA, but really understand there will be gentlemen, Wembanyama, who's going to have potential to make $100 million every single year. And owners going to look at that like, I'm trying to, I got to pay that? Hold on now, wait a minute. And I ain't shocked if we do get another lockout. I ain't going to lie to you, bro.
And it's going to get to the point, man, where franchises is going to be desperately looking for a generational player, because that's going to be the foundation of your team at that point. If you can't build around 2-3 stars and then build a really good roster. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you'll still be able to build rosters, but it just depends on what players are going to take.
Right.
Yeah, that's really all that matters. I mean, look at Phoenix. Really, when we saw that Phoenix traded for Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, we was like, well, how are they going to build out their roster? And truthfully, they built out the roster pretty well on paper.
Right.
It didn't look like a bunch of old, washed, players. It was a bunch of shooters.
Yep.
They didn't really play defense like that,
Nope.
but a bunch of shooters. They was able to score, and it was just things that they just need to flesh out. But the concept of building a team where you have guys that are actually accepting less to be around superstars is a thing. How long will that last? I don't know, especially as you said with these TV deals, where you're seeing guys getting $300 million, $286 million, whatever the case. At some point, guys are going to be like, well, you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into that pot.
Right.
to try to get me something. Because, I mean, yeah, your star player, your franchise player is getting that. But, hey, man, I can't just be bouncing from team to team on vet mins.
Because that's tiring. I also wanted your opinion while we're on this. Did you see that Jalen Brunson may sign early to basically clear up $100 million in cap space for the Knicks? So he has a 4-year, $156 million that he's probably looking to sign outside of a 5-year, $207, I think it was, in order to help the Knicks get better players. Do you think we'll see more guys taking a little bit less like back in the day, or it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be Supermax Central. But
I think it just depends. Like, I think it depends on location.
He's in New York.
I think,
and he's the best player in New York.
I don't know if he's gonna want to take that.
I feel that. I feel that.
Like, I can see it because I think that if he waits a little bit longer, he'd be able to get a way bigger boost, which he deserves.
Yeah.
Because at this point, he's the guy in New York. Like, this is not a sham. No. This ain't a fluke.
No.
Like, this is the dude that you're gonna have.
Right.
Like, I would like to actually go even further and just say, yo, this is your franchise player.
I think so.
So, yeah, he's not going nowhere.
No.
So, with that being said, he is absolutely going to cash out living in expensive ass New York City.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely would have to agree with that, bro. But yeah, man, watching the death of a dynasty.
Yeah, dynasties plural.
Yeah, bro, plural facts.
So you don't think that? Well, you said that you don't want to see the Pacers in the finals.
No,
I say that, like, I'm starting to insinuate that the NBA may not want to see it either. Why don't you want to see the Pacers in the finals?
Who is their superstar?
Tyrese.
Okay.
He'll be there soon. He's not there yet, but
if you're absolutely a casual and you don't zero by basketball, which a large portion of the population does, which is a large portion of the people who will be watching the NBA Finals, even though the Pacers have, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the second best offense in the league.
Yeah, first or second.
Okay. Do you want to watch him play, or do you want to watch Tatum do side step backs and go through guys in traffic, and watch Tatum dunk over guys, and watch Derek White lock people up? The casual fan, not guys who like hoops. The casual fan is going to go with the Celtics.
Casual fan.
Celtics have the history, have the name. Just from a personal podcast standpoint, I'm good with hoops either way. Personally, me, for covering it, like I got to cover it every week with y'all, if I have to report the Pacers playing the Mavs or the Wolves, I'm going to do it. Am I going to be as invested? I don't know, because I'm not putting Tyrese in no crazy superstar talks. It's not going to change his legacy. It'll be great. I don't think he's a generational guy. I think he's a great guy. I don't know if he has the potential to be generational. The other three teams have three guys that legacies completely change. Would a ring really change for Tyrese? Yeah, you'll say he's a great point guard. I don't know if he's ever going to be a consistent top 10, top 15 player, bro. Just me personally. So that's why I say that.
Well, two things. One, if Tyrese Halliburton was to win a ring, he would absolutely be practically legendary at that point. Like, absolutely, without a doubt. For one, he would be the first franchise player in Indiana to win a ring for the Pacers, for one.
Cool.
He would absolutely surpass Reggie Miller at that point.
Okay.
Reggie Miller is the biggest superstar that Indiana has had.
Copy.
And keep in mind, Reggie Miller ain't even like the biggest superstar ever or nothing like that.
No.
Right? So off the rip, his name is on the radar at that point. Number two, I always say it, man. If you build it, they will come. If Indiana wins a championship right now, I guarantee you they will get another star. They got the cap space for it. They got the draft capital for it. And they have the assets for it. At that point, it will be solidified that somebody else will be like, I need to get over there just because of the way how they play. You talk about Tyrese Halliburton that's averaging, about like 11, 12 assists throughout the regular season. guys are going over there saying, man, he gonna let me score. He gonna try to get me the ball. So I'm about to get a payday just off of his blessings alone.
Got you.
You know what I mean? It's really melodies from heaven when it comes down to Tyrese Halliburton on the court. You know what I mean? It's just certain guys that's played in the NBA that will literally have manna, like literally drop down from heaven, dog, right in your lap. You was getting paid $24 million for 2 years just now. You about to go on a supermax because this dude keep dropping dimes on you, dog. Chris Paul, Magic Johnson,
Jason Kidd,
who else?
Rondo,
Jason Kidd, Rondo, Steve Nash.
Yo.
These dudes was literally getting dudes paid. So if Tyrese Halliburton was to go through, if he was to go through, Milwaukee. Now, granted, Dame and Giannis was injured at some point, but
go ahead.
He goes through Milwaukee. I mean, I don't think Milwaukee was gonna go anywhere anyway. Milwaukee, right? Then they go through New York, right? Now, granted, you can say that they were injured at the last game. All those other games, it was WWE SmackDown. It was WWE SmackDown. So that's 2. Then you get through Boston to get to the finals, and then either you beat Minnesota, which is a juggernaut in the West at this point right now, because obviously there's no other teams outside of Dallas. But then 2, you end up beating Luka and Kyrie. That would be that would really be one of those playoff runs that people try to forget because they don't want to give him credit for it. But then you think about it, you're like, God damn, man, this dude was like really just hacking and clawing through all the Amazon jungle trees. This shit is crazy. But then the second thing is, what does, this is what I'll say. I believe that the difference with casuals is that casuals don't care about what the name is doing as far as the move. They just care about the name. It has nothing to do with the moves. So when you ask me, would they rather see Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers, whatever, shoot threes and blah, 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 or would they rather see Jason Tatum do step back, whatever? They rather see Jason Tatum do it because it's Jason Tatum's name doing it. It has nothing to do with the move. Because if you was to see the Pacers is exactly what casuals want to see. That type of offense is exactly what you want to see. A hell of a bunch of threes, a bunch of crossovers, a fast-paced offense. You really dropping dimes. You really like it, and then they get intense to a certain point. They might not be as tough as New York, but from an emotional standpoint, they're intense like that. They talking shit. Like Tyrese Halliburton is really calling out people on court side. Miles Turner shouting in people's face. Aaron Nemhard is freaking flexing in front of the camera. Pascal Siakam is doing niggas dirty. Like, there's some real shit going on over there in Indiana, but nobody wants to see it because it's the name. Because the name, they could be doing the same exact thing. It's just the name. So to answer the question, honestly, they will want to see Jason Tatum. They don't care about Derek White. They want to see, they don't care about Derek White clamping up. They don't care about Drew Holiday clamping up either. They care about Jason Tatum doing it because, as you say, in their conversations, they can just say the name Jason Tatum. Watching any other team that they don't know a name about forces them to think about the game. They just want to be able to say the name.
Which removes their casual title. I hear all that you saying. I still wouldn't put him ahead of a few point guards, regardless. Just me personally.
Who, Tyrese?
Yeah, I still wouldn't put him.
Probably. I'm just saying that, like, just to answer the question, that, and this is just me observing it over the course of time, casuals don't care about none of them moves alone. They care about the name. Yeah, they only care barely even the jersey nowadays. Jersey used to be a thing. When we was younger, it used to be a thing.
Bruh.
Like, dudes really Joe, you know how jerseys used to be? I'm going to tell you how crazy. It's funny how you just brought this up, right?
What's up?
Jerseys used to be a thing so much, dog, that when you played sports, you would wear that jersey number just because you felt as though wearing that jersey number would give you that same power. Niggas don't care about jersey numbers anymore. Niggas will get 00 right now. They don't care.
You right.
Like they will get if it was a blank number, they will get 99 right now. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes is getting defensive lineman numbers.
Like Jay Crowder.
Yeah, bro. Like they do not care, bro. Bro, like there's certain players that really made that a thing of not caring about numbers. I would like to say Jay Crowder. Nah, I'm not gonna put Jay Crowder in there, even though that's funny as hell.
Yeah, I'm just trolling.
I'm gonna say Russ. Russ did that a lot for basketball. Just getting this, the 00 is just like more so like his reasoning might be his reasoning. Yeah, but just seeing the 0 at that point was just like, oh, I can get a 0 and I can do some cool shit like that.
Yo, shout out to his best friend that died in high school. That's why he got wearing that number 0 every time he put on that jersey. He remembered his high school best friend, bro. So big shout out to him. But yeah, bro, you may be right. Jersey numbers may not carry the same aura. We got a number 77, killing folks in the Western Conference.
You feel me? He got an offensive lineman number, bro. Doing dudes dirty.
Oh my, Jay, I love you, dog. I really do, because I'm a guy. I appreciate defense. Cam can tell you in real life, I like to play defense in real life. I do. When a guy got you, bro, he just got you, dog. Yeah. You could say the pick and roll or the step backs is crazy. He would take you in the post. He was hitting y'all boys with the floater. Towards the end of the game, hit you with the side step, midi pull up. It's just, dog, man. Yeah, man. You went first team all rookie of the year, and it's been first team all NBA ever since, right? Listen, the way that Goran Dragic talks about him, he knew he was a dog at 10. No cap. This is just. Yeah, bro, it's tough.
And this is a 6'7", 200 and something pound human being we talking about that has complete control over his acceleration. Casuals don't give a damn about that jersey number.
You right. But
it's because Luka's doing that.
Guess what? He's a white boy. He a white boy.
That makes it even. That makes it even bigger. You know what I mean?
You get what I'm going at. The Western Conference Finals. There is no loser in any franchise. You have a 22-year-old, just narrative, just strictly narrative outside of basketball. You have a 22-year-old guy from Atlanta, great smile, great post-game interviews every time, charismatic, wants to win, has the cool shoe already, the aura, all of that. On the other side, you have somebody in Kyrie who's been slain through the media in the past few seasons, has won a championship in Cleveland with hitting one of the greatest shots in NBA history, probably the greatest if you take a look at the stakes in a 7-3 win team in Golden State. And you have a phenom in Luka, who was third in MVP voting, who can get triple-doubles in his sleep, who can pull up from anywhere. There is no loser in the Western Conference. That's why it's so interesting to me. That's why I think it'll go either 6 or 7. Regardless of whichever team, because it's just dogs on both sides, bro. So I'm really tapping into that for sure.
So yeah, man. Like, I don't know. I just think that when it just comes down to what people want to see, well, okay, with you, like, there's plenty to talk about in conversation when it comes down to that matchup, even if the Pacers was to make it to the finals. Like, that's plenty of story, and that's something that we talk about with sports media in general now. Yeah, that's the problem. You know what I mean? The problem is that mindset of, well, I don't really want to like watch the Pacers in the finals because the name, the star. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's just like a lot of people don't realize that no, y'all make the stars. Like, y'all are the ones that make it. Without y'all, then nobody would care unless the media was to really drive a crazy narrative. And as you can see, the media is scrambling now to get narratives. I mean, you see JJ Redick and Braun talking about it now, where they're like, yo, I declined an interview at the Cavs game, and I'm not saying nothing, and blah 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 blah. And so what did they do? They shift over to my 19-year-old son. Even though my son is just with the rest of these dudes just working out.
Right.
They gotta make something out of something, but they gotta use a name for that. Right. The thing is, you don't need to, bro. It's a sport, and if you love the sport, you'd be able to talk about it in a way where it's engaging, but then also put people on. Like, I've been talking about Tyrese Halliburton for a while.
Probably like 3 seasons now. Even when he was still wearing a Kings jersey, you told me he was a dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And of course, nobody's going to know about him now because, one, he was playing with the Kings at first.
And he was sharing the mantle with Darren Fox.
So. Yeah, I mean? And then this is his second season with Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, it was cool, whatever. But then this season, they excelled.
Siakam.
And people think that this is a fluke. And truthfully, I don't think this is a fluke. Like I've said this before. Yo, Indy you can tell. If you've played sports before,
mm-hmm.
you can tell when a team truly believes that they belong there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been saying that. So when you have Tyrese Halliburton saying in the post game after game 1 saying like, nah, like we know we belong here. Like this is not no like cliche like, oh man, you believe. I'm talking about like they truly believe like, nah, we like that. And we might have flaws just like how everybody else do, but nah, we supposed to be here. We gonna make a name. And I guarantee you, they do this again next season, which I believe that they'll make the playoffs next season, barring injury, of course.
1,000%.
Barring injury. You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. That's when it's going to be like, nah, we're going to have to start talking about Tyrese Halliburton and them now. You know what I mean? That's when it's going to start.
I mean, if they make it past the second round, if they make it past the first round, make it past the first round, that's still a conversation to have.
Yeah.
He made a conference finals before Embiid. But yeah, you got another topic for I just need to be petty. My bad.
Everybody been petty about that, and then they've been pulling up Karl Anthony Towns with his pictures.
Yo, he got the. I would love to engineer a track by him. He has the craziest voice change. He got the DDG voice change. You ever heard DDG real voice?
Hell yeah, bro. Junk sound like Darth Vader.
Fam, you watch one of his post games, and then you watch another one, and you like, this is the same person.
I swear, bro.
That is hilarious. He's one of those guys who don't know he's hilarious, bro.
Word, bro. I don't even think that he knows he's hilarious. I think Cat is one of those dudes that like he knows he's hilarious when he's trying to be hilarious, but when he tries to be hilarious, he's not hilarious.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like one of those dudes. But as soon as he gets normal, bro, he is freaking funny as hell.
Oh God. That's a fact. He got the Carlton humor. That's who he remind me of. The Carlton humor.
I wonder if Cat actually speaks like that at his crib. Like, like for instance, like with DDG. DDG talks the way how he talks, raps the way how he raps, whatever, and then puts on his real voice, right? His mom knows this. I'm sure
his girl knows.
Haley knows this too.
Yeah.
I wonder if he actually speaks like that when the cameras is off. He's Haley, go get the baby right quick. I want to go and hold the baby right quick. Haley. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wonder if it's like that.
Fam, I'm willing to bet he do, bro. What's crazy is, this is still real hoops, but I'm about to talk crazy. That girl probably turn on. You don't never know. Yeah, bro, that voice change is crazy. I unfortunately got one voice, dog. My engineer's like, yeah, I got one voice.
Dog, so let's pivot right quick, right?
What's up?
Draymond Green was just on Shaq's podcast, right? And they was talking about the Lakers versus the Warriors, the 0-1 Lakers versus the 2015 Warriors. Because, I mean, they didn't mention KD, so I like to think that they're talking about the 15 Warriors. And Draymond said that he would actually not necessarily stop Shaq, but he'd be able to handle him in a way where they can get the victory. What you think? Who you got? 01 Lakers or 2015 Warriors? Or shoot, maybe he could be talking about 2016. Who knows? That's the most winningest team, right? If you listening, he has a cap on. He's showing a cap to the camera right now.
Fam, the 2001 Lakers is the greatest modern day team ever. And this is because never in the history lies Magic and Kareem. But in the modern day, talking about 1990 and on, there's never been a time where there are two top 10 players ever on the court together. Love you, Curry. Love you, KD. You're not two top 10 players. This is two alphas, dominant alphas on the court. This is Kobe Bryant, who's a top 5 scorer. This is Shaquille O'Neal, who averaged 38 and 18 against the Pacers. What you think he's going to do against Bogut? Draymond, 6'6" Draymond. Love the defense that you played against Jokic, which, if we're keeping it 100,000, the way that you were clowning Gobert, no, don't do that. You had a good stop in 2022 without Murray, without MPJ, but he was dogging you. Yeah, he averaged 31 that series. Yeah, let's not revise history. So what you think a 7'1", 400-pound guy who could probably run a 4'5", 4'6", at 40, what do you think he can do? Either hand with it, jump hook, he's dunking all in your grill. You ain't gonna be able to stop him from drop stepping unless you foul him. You gonna have to foul out. Bogut gonna have to foul out. You gonna have to foul out. I don't even know who Maurice Spates is gonna foul out. I forgot about Maurice Spates. And I get it. Oh yeah, we gonna put Shaq into a pick and roll. Phil Jackson? You think Phil is letting that happen? You think Kerr's out coaching Phil? You don't think that he'll be able to hide Shaq? Cool. You know what was funny? You know what was hilarious to me though? Shaq say, "All right, yeah, I get the defense you're gonna play. You're gonna front me. You're gonna put Bogut. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy behind me. Who guarded Kobe? Clay.
Barbecue.
You talking about Clay Pottery? Nah. You gotta be talking about Clay like you can't be talking about Thompson. Can you imagine what a 2001 22-year-old Kobe Bean Bryant would do to whatever version of Klay Thompson you want to bring to the court? He had to score against Shane Battier, Tony Allen, Ron Artest, who has a depoy. You think he's struggling with Klay? Yeah, he giving Klay 40 every night. He giving Klay 40 every night. Yeah. So, Captain America, Colin Kaepernick, you should take a knee. If you like Captain Crunch, you can eat some too. You Captain Dre. I get it though. You can't go against your guys. Them your guys. Y'all got 4 rings. But this is 2 alphas, bro. In the history of the game. And without KD, I would get flooded. You should have bought up KD. That was your only card where you could say, yeah, I might give it to the 17 Warriors. But without KD, flood. It'll get bad. Yeah, it'll get real bad real quick. It'll get real bad. Lakers in 5. And I'm only giving them 1 because I think Curry could shoot them into a game. Only reason why. Lakers in 5.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with a sweep.
I ain't mad at it. I'm being a gentleman.
Because truthfully, you know who's gonna take that matchup on Curry, bro.
Bean.
Like
Bean gonna stay up all night trying to figure out how to guard.
Yeah, bro. If anybody thinks that Kobe Bryant is gonna let Derek Fisher guard Steph Curry for all 48. You got Kobe Bean Bryant messed the hell up.
Listen, there's a reason why Kobe Bryant has the most all defensive selections as a guard. In case you guys didn't know, God bless the dead. I know he's gone. I forgot. This is one of the people who made me even watch basketball. This is Kobe. This is two-way. This is all day too. Like, this is, I know AI gave me 50 game one, but he ain't doing nothing for the rest of the series on me. And what'd he do? Follow him around, talking to him, bumping him. Yeah, I know you gave me 50. It don't matter. I'm on you for the rest of the series. Yeah, I'm following you around, Rajon. I know you, like, you're the main head of the snake. I'm going to follow you around. Reggie, I'm going to follow you around. He never ducked smoke from no guard. He 100% is guarding stuff. Yeah, go move around and guard Clay or Harrison Barnes, D-Fish. Love you, dog, but move around. Move around. Yeah, It'll be bad. I'm giving him one because I think Curry could hit a 10 to 12 3-game for no other reason. Yeah, for no other reason. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about pace with that. I mean, we pushed pace. You know, the Lakers pushed pace. I mean, just being alive at that time and just watching that team was a blessing. Because when you started seeing the pace, the pace was very underrated. So I think that people think that in 2015 it would have been like way faster, but I don't think, despite, you know, whatever numbers you put, I just think that the pace was manageable for that time. But if they needed to speed up later on, if you was to take that team and put them in 2015, 2016, whatever they was referring to, they'd speed up the pace. With that said, you still got a 300-something pound 7'1" human being running with that same pace.
Full
quick
speed.
Yeah.
Quick as hell.
Like, Shaq is drop stepping Draymond into oblivion. Like Draymond
40 and 30,
Draymond
20 for the series.
Absolute every game. Easy. Every game.
He misses the money, he gets the ball right back. This is, bro, I get it. He's a consensus hater or whatever you NBA guys call it. There was not a human being on this planet that could stop us prime Shaq. They tried to throw Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe, on him. Light work, 35. Rick Smits, light work, 35. The Nets were undersized. They had Kenyon Martin. It was bad. It was bad. Go watch the finals. I forgot. I get it. It's been a minute. He's the guy on TV cracking jokes. He has this pod. I see him as a 50-plus-year-old man who raps and does sometimes things that y'all may not agree with. But this is Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant player to touch the court, whose name is not Will Chamberlain. Okay? Depoys didn't matter. Whatever big man you wanted to throw. I get that Akeem did him whatever he did him in Orlando, but y'all got to look at the other side of the ball. He was dogging Akeem too. And then Akeem, in my opinion, is probably the greatest front court defender not named Bill Russell. So it didn't matter who you threw at him. He was dogging him. I got Lakers in 5. Cam saying 4. Y'all could call him a Lakers fan or delusional. I'm being a gentleman. That's the only reason I'm not saying sweep 2. Yeah, it'll get bad. It'll get bad, Crip, without KD. Real bad. Real bad.
Yeah. Real bad. Anyway, let's get into real talk. Very simple. What's your thoughts on Jimmy Butler getting traded? You know, reports came out saying that Miami might be thinking about moving on from Jimmy Butler. Personally, I don't believe it. What do you say?
Y'all know me. Y'all don't like my takes on the Heat sometimes because I think I'm a realist. I've always been a realist even when I was a kid. Can't know where I'm about to go. It rhymes, and I want y'all to keep it in y'all head. If your name ain't Bam, you could scram. Jimmy, I love you, dog. 2 finals. I get it. You don't give a damn about the regular season. Yeah, y'all watch you put up 8 against Utah. Yeah, I'm watching you put up 12 up against a team that we need a W on. You're like, oh, yeah, it ain't the playoffs. I got a chance to chill. Then we actually make the play-in, and then you get hurt in the play-in. which we could have avoided the play-in had you actually cared about the regular season. And I'm over it. I want my guys to care all year round. I get that you had a crazy 2023. Your playoffs was monumental in Heat history and really in history all time because this is an 8 seed that made the playoff, that made the finals. But if your name ain't Bam, you gotta scram. And if your name ain't Spo, you gotta go. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at with it. I'm over trying to be in the play-in and fighting for the 6th seed. I don't want that. This is Miami. This is Banner City. Yeah, I need you to care all year round. So say it with me, y'all. I'm gonna put it on the stream. If your name ain't Spo, you could go. And if your name ain't Bam, you could scram. That's all I gotta say for real. That's
Oh shit. Hey man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe where you hear NRC the pod, and follow us on social media at MediaDen_, at Young Reela, at Real Hoops_, and we'll talk more hoops next week. Peace.